Hello and welcome to this week's wonderful episode of Your Manchester. I am behind the bar, where the old lady should be in the snug.
And I am over here.
Yes.
That's reading a wonderful book that's been brought in.
Yes.
By yourself.
It is, yes.
It's fascinating stuff. How's your week been? Has it been good?
It's been very good indeed. How's your week been?
It's about to get busier.
Well, I mean, you're looking a bit rough now, so...
I've just done my Pilates.
Yes, she does it with a pie on a string. So we have a show overflowing, right cornucopia of stuff tonight, don't we? Because it's Manchester Pride Week.
It is indeed. We're on the show today. I don't think I'd ever be able to say this anywhere else. I've been speaking to Jesus.
Well, I'm sure you can get counselling for that. I have been speaking to Rooster Hannigan from Annie.
Yes.
Yes.
It's been very eventful. And there's loads in tonight's show.
Yes.
Loads.
Here is what's coming up. Now, the first musical I ever saw as a child in the theatre and set me on the path to working in the business was Annie. And it's a wonderful musical. It is coming to the Opera House. And I'm pleased to say we have the gentleman playing Rooster, and that is Paul French on the line. How are you?
Hello. Yes, I'm good, thank you. Happy to be here.
Good. So how long have you been playing Rooster for now?
So performances started in February, so a good chunk of the year. Yeah, quite a while.
And how is the show going? How are audiences liking it?
Yeah, we're having an absolute ball. As you said yourself, like Annie is so many people's first visits to the theatre, and you can feel all the youthful energy, and you can feel that it's some of the first time that people have gone to the theatre, and the response has been great. We're having a ball.
So you're playing Rooster Hannigan, Miss Hannigan's brother. I've seen you described as sleazy, sexy, and menacing.
What can I say?
Great fun.
Sleazy, sexy. That's on the gravestone now. I'll take it. Yeah. I'm having great fun. This role is an absolute gem. They don't come around very often. I've been given room to play with the role. So it's just an absolute gift. And working opposite Craig as well, as you say, playing Miss Hannigan's brother, we have a laugh, yeah.
So as you say, Craig Revel-Horwood is playing Miss Hannigan, and it's also going to be a production that's really linked to Paul O'Grady, who played the part as well, who sadly passed away, isn't it? And that was the last time I saw it with Paul at the Opera House, actually. Yeah,
that was a huge moment in the company, as you can imagine, the effect that Paul had on us. As anyone who has met him or worked with him, he has that everlasting effect. When we lost him, as you can imagine, it wasn't easy at all. But I think it's brought us all as a company extremely close to have to go through something like that.
So for people who haven't seen Annie, want to bring the kids or the whole family along, what would you say to them about the actual show?
Well, the show, this version of the show is everything you'd love from the film. So if you've seen the film and that is what is a reason why you would like to come see the show, then that is absolutely the case for this production. But also, I think we add new things as well. There are numbers in the show that aren't in the famous movie adaptations. The costumes as well, the design that way. It's a real stylized, new, fresh take on the show, but still everything you would want.
Sounds fantastic. So you're at the Opera House in Manchester, 18th to the 30th of September. Thank you very much for joining us, and we all look forward to seeing the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much. See you soon.
Thank you. Thank you. And now, over to our own Miss Hannigan. Back to you, Belinda.
Still to come, I'm going to be speaking to Ian McIntosh ahead of the tour of Jesus Christ Superstar. We're also speaking to Jordan Roberts about his fantastic art. And first, though, let's pop over to the Museum of Science and Industry with our Ollie.
I'm here today at the Science and Industry Museum to take a look at their new world premiere exhibition, Operation Ouch, Food, Poo and You. Yes, this exhibition embraces silliness in the name of science as visitors are swallowed, squeezed and spat out of a giant digestive system. I mean, what can I say? It's just another day at the office. I can hear them talking to me. I don't know what's going to happen here. So I've got about 45 seconds until I'm going to be heading through them doors, and I don't even know what's going to happen to me when I get past there. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Let's go, ouchers. Well, I'm an oucher for the day. Going through this door, seeing where it takes me. Hello. I've entered into this very dark room. I'm going to be shrunk and I'm going inside his body. They've disappeared. The screens have gone dark. This is just me now. I'm going through into the mouth. We've always got to keep safe. You've got the fire hydrant. I'm faced with lots of different buttons. The incisors. Let's click on there.
Incisors?
There's holes here. What happens if I put my finger in a pointy tip? Oh, feels like a corn of the cob in there. This is fascinating. Well, now I know what a tongue feels like. Follow me through. What does a spinach do? We'll bleep that. And that's the food going down through the esophagus. I've had enough in here. I'm moving on to the stomach now. My God. Jesus, sorry. I've got someone in my ear that just scared the life out of me. Oh, I love these games. Is this one of them buzzer electricity things? Let's do it. Right, here we go. What? Oh, just touched that. One failed. Here we go. Gonna go a bit faster this time. Going through. Just touched another one. Let's try the next one. Oh, just touched him. Just wasted 2 minutes of my life doing that. The disco ball moving around in the stomach. I'm not quite sure. Did I cause that wetness? Guess how far sick can travel. How far do you think sick can travel? Abby behind the camera says sick can travel for 3 meters. I say no. Moving through. Moving through. Where are we going? Oh. The music's got even slower. I feel like I'm making progress through this man's body right now. I'm going to cut from there to here. I'm in the small intestine. What's this? A bag of nutrients? Right. I think here, it's like a carnival. £1.50 that I can get this in. They're supposed to drop. I win. Gone from small to large in the space of 60 seconds. World's first poo factory. So that's the poo coming through. Carrying on over here. What have we got? Pump the handle. Oh, what happens then? Oh, I see what this has been this whole time. Exhibit A. Poo coming out of the anus. Oh, I think I might have actually broke my nose or something. Whoa. What on earth is happening through here? I think I'm being washed out somewhere. Last month I was in a yoga costume. This month I'm a poo. Poo samples with full-on different states of wee. Doctor's uniforms. Give me a minute. I'm just gonna have to get changed in plain sight here. Give me a minute. Common decency, turn around. I'll get Didn't realise you were watching me this whole time. I think it might be a little bit too small for me. That 6 a.m. wake up, it's really got to me. I've been a poo, I've been inside a stomach, been inside an intestine, been inside a big and a small intestine. I've made a poo, I've watched one come out the bum. And on that note, it's back to you in the studio. Cut the cameras there. I've got to leave now. I've just been a poo. I've got to leave.
Now, there's many legends within the pantomime world and indeed the entertainment world, and one is joining us right now. This is, of course, Mama G. Welcome to the show, Mama G. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Now, tell us about your illustrious career. Where did it begin and why?
Well, I've been a panto dame since 2000 and quite a long time, and I love panto so much. But about 5 years ago, I realised that people really weren't using panto to its full possibilities, and one of the ways that we could use panto and make it even more important is by using it to uplift people and make people understand how other people live. So about 5 years ago, I decided to start telling stories about being who you want and loving who you are. And now I just have a glittering career, my darlings.
You do. I mean, you've done all the big shows already, haven't you?
Yes, I've done lots and lots of shows. I've been very lucky. I've done all the big titles. I've worked with some very marvellous people. And I've even done panto at the Plaza in Stockport. So it doesn't really get much better than that, does it?
No, it doesn't. Not with that big organ. It's a wonderful place, isn't it?
It's a huge organ, yes, and it's played regularly, during the performance even.
You're doing something quite special at the moment, aren't you? Tell us about that.
Well, yes, currently I am on tour with a one-person panto / musical called The Magic Bookmark, which is a storytelling show about the importance of books, because at the moment in America, if you've seen the news, there is a lot of book banning going on, and they are trying to ban books about LGBTQIA themes, about black people, people from races that aren't white, and I think that's really detrimental to the world that we live in, especially because a lot of these books are aimed at children and young people, and how are children or young people supposed to learn about other people's lives if they're not being taught them or they're not discovering them in stories? So I decided to write a musical where the evil bookworm wants to rid the world of books that are about anything other than worms, and I go on a mission to find 3 books that can help make the world a better place and prove him wrong. And there's lots of original music, lots of panto comedy and campery, fabulous puppets, and we have a great time.
And where can we find this then?
Well, first of all, if you look on my socials, at Mama G Stories on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Threads, and it's exhausting, quite frankly, you can find loads of information up there. The next time you can see the show is doing Norwich on August the 30th, if you're near there. Then on October the 24th, we'll be at Oldham Library doing the show. So if Oldham's local to you, come down and see us there. But the show's going to be touring and touring and touring. I absolutely love it. Audiences are really enjoying it.
We look forward to finding out and seeing this particular production. It sounds fantastic. Mama G, we've got to go. We've got to hand over to something else. But thank you so much for your time today. And have a wonderful, wonderful show.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. See you soon.
Well, wasn't that rather interesting? Now, we've had a lot of guests tonight, but we've now got one. Hello, Mother. And we've got one in the bar itself. It's Minnie Cold. Oh, no, it's Hayley Cartwright.
Hayley, welcome back, love. Congratulations, you're now fully married.
Yeah, she is.
Which is a good segue, really, into talking about what's going on this weekend, which is, of course, Manchester Pride.
Is it?
A very important weekend for everybody.
Oh.
And I say everybody, you've done quite a few of them, haven't you, Hayley?
I have, yeah. I go to every single Pride. I'm usually in the parade as well. Just having a year off this time, but
right.
Definitely involved.
An injunction, I'm guessing.
What's important for you, Pride, then, please?
For me, it's about us being with friends, being with colleagues, and just everyone able to be themselves.
Yeah,
that's what I think. You know, no judgments, wear what you want, be who you are.
Yeah.
And just be relaxed amongst, it sounds a bit of a cliche, amongst your people.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it's right. Have you done many Prides? Have you not?
No.
Why?
I don't know. Well,
Fabulous days out, you know.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm going this Sunday.
Yes, you are, because what's happening this Sunday, Mr. Mark Llewellyn?
Well, your Manchester is doing a live extravaganza on the Alan Turing stage.
Yes.
From 3:30.
3:30 to 6:30.
Yes, and we've got a bit of a soap theme, haven't we, this year?
It's all about continuing drama, as I've been told to call it, after a conversation with one William Roach.
Yes.
It's not a soap.
No, it's not. It's continuing drama.
Continuing drama.
And in fact, Coronation Street is the world's longest continuing television drama.
And William Roach will be the world's longest continuing drama actor.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is true.
Playing our Cambalo.
Yes.
Now, he's done a lovely VT for us for this Sunday.
He has.
But also on the stage, we will be having Harriet Thorpe, who is leading the bar at the Queen Vic in Walford at the moment.
She is.
At the moment.
Oh.
And also, we've got Sue Devaney, who's possibly looking at running the bar over at the Rovers, I do believe. Is that correct?
Yes, I hear a rumour.
I hear a rumour.
She might get out of that Chariot Square hotel set.
God
love her. Yes, we have. And we've got Annie Wallace.
Annie Wallace from Chester's Hollyoaks as well.
Yes.
So we're bringing them all together. We're mixing that in with some music and some acts. And
it's going to be quite an extravaganza.
It's quite an extravaganza.
Your Manchester is live at this year's Manchester Pride on the Sackville Gardens stage on Sunday the 27th of August. Belinda Scandal will be joined by the likes of Sue Devaney, Harriet Thorpe, Annie Wallace and Dolly Rose Campbell as they guide you through a colourful extravaganza of performances and exclusives. Not to mention soap legend Bill Roach's first ever Pride appearance. Performing on Your Manchester show this year are Ashley Stone, Tu Wong Fu, Bar Pop, Shania Payne, and so many more. Your Manchester's live Manchester Pride show on Sunday the 27th of August is not one to miss.
And due to copyright reasons, we're not allowed to film much on stage. So, Mr. Mark Llewellyn, you will be...
I am going to be backstage on the red carpet, interviewing all the, well, in the red mud it might be, interviewing all the celebrities as they come on and off our stage. And then we'll be having a big special show, won't we, next Wednesday?
Yes, we're also out on the Saturday as well.
Yes.
You'll find me running up and down doing my best challenge, Annika.
Yes, I was supposed to do it, but we were worried I'd have a heart attack.
We were.
Yeah. We
I
couldn't get the
thought that
insurance.
you're in the parade now wearing one of the jock straps.
Well, I think that's something that nobody wants to see. Not sure there's enough leather in the world.
We'd have to rename your DFS.
We
wouldn't we?
36 down payments. So what else are you doing over the weekend?
Well, I don't stop. Basically, from tomorrow, I am appearing at the Cockatoo.
Are you?
Yes. And then on Friday, Bar Pop. Then Saturday, I'm on the street.
Yes, well,
then I go from the street to outside Cockatoo, where I'm hosting my street party with a few wonderful acts, including the sensational Tash York. And then Sunday, we've got our show, go straight from there. Basically, I start tomorrow and I finish on Tuesday morning because I've got Lisa from Steps as well on.
Oh, you'll be 12 stone by Monday, won't you? I'm looking forward to seeing that.
So am I.
So while we're talking about soaps,
Yes.
you pop up every now and again, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Yes. Anything in the offing at all?
There is something, but nothing I can say at the moment.
Are you going to be the new owner of the Rovers?
Oh, well, that would tell him.
So that's a no.
Yeah.
And it's very excited, isn't it?
Very excited.
Shall I tell you one person who's definitely never going to be the new owner of the Rovers?
Who?
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Really?
And Jesus Christ Superstar is coming very, very soon to the Palace Theatre. Welcome, Ian McIntosh. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. Thanks for having us on.
No problem at all. Now, listen, tell us all about this wonderful, wonderful show. So, who are you playing first of all?
First of all, I'm playing Jesus. I'm playing Jesus Christ. So,
I mean, that's a role and a half to take on, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm nowhere near what Jesus Christ is a person, but I'll try and do the role well. The show itself is for those who haven't seen Jesus Christ Superstar, it's been around a long time. 1970s. It was a concept album in 1970, and it first was released as a musical in 1971, and it was basically a rock musical based on the last sort of week of Jesus Christ's life through the eyes of Judas. So that's the kind of twist with it. And, it was written by Andrew Lloyd Webber. Tim Rice did the lyrics. And this particular version was directed by Tim Sheeder. and was at the Regent's Park Open Air Theatre in, I think it was around about 2016. I think it was then. I'm not sure, but either way, it was. It won the Olivier Award for best musical revival. It's an incredible production, choreographed by Drew McConey.
Now, if we take Jesus' story as a literary character rather than obviously focusing on him as a religious character, what a story he kind of had, especially in his last week. I mean, there was a lot going on there. Betrayal from his best friend. I mean, it all kind of went on for him, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is it, and the way we sort of have made this happen is that, you know, Jesus has signed a contract. You know, we use God as is basically the band manager. You know, he's the band manager. You know, and then the idea is we've signed a contract that I'm going to leave after Gethsemane no matter what, because it's for the best of the band. You know, for the good of the band. So really, you know, the lead up to that is how Jesus is. You know, how he sort of feels, you know, the sort of anxieties, the fears, you know, all of that builds up into this, not, you know, which is fun.
And then, of course, you mix into that Julian Clary will be playing Herod in this as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems to get the most comedic characters to play Herod, and yet, really, when you look at it at face value, it should be kind of something taken so seriously. But in fact, it's done in such a tongue-in-cheek kind of way, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I watched previous, because, you know, I have to put my hands up. I hadn't seen Jesus Christ Superstar before doing this job, so I did a bit of, you know, research before this, and I'd never watched the version in Regent's Park. I've never seen it on stage either, but one of the few that I've never seen it. And and I saw Rick Mail play it, and Rick was like, I mean, that is incredible, because he's got that. You know, there's something about, I think, comedians in general, I think maybe, this is just my opinion, you know, that comedians, they're able to find that balance between like that craziness mixed with like underneath it, that something is more sinister, you know, something more sinister, and they get that kind of balance. And that's what Herod's about. You know, it's a comedic song, but underneath it is this sinister sort of, I don't know, like hatred, or, you know, and all of the, you know, all of the evil
song, isn't it?
Pardon?
It's the vindictiveness within that particular song that kind of leads the story along.
Yeah. And so, I mean, Julian's going to be amazing. I mean, we met up with him at the meet and greet. And you just look at him and you know he's going to be brilliant in that role, you know, and he's going to be great. And I think he's with us for a good few. I think maybe 6 or 7 of the first weeks. He'll definitely be in Manchester when we're up there. So yeah, I mean, it's just Julian Clary, and he's just an idol, isn't he? And so he'll be great.
He is.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned that it's, you know, a lot of people kicked off about the resurrection. This show has had more resurrections than Jesus probably will ever have. Why should people come and watch this show?
It's you know, there's a reason why it's still around, isn't it? You know, it's because people, when they do come and see it, you know, it's when they do come and see it, they have a great time. You know, the music is incredible. You know, the singing. You know, we've got Shema Mari James who's playing Judas. His voice is incredible, like singing, you know, all these incredible songs. They just sit so high, but the way his voice just floats around it all, and you know, he's incredible. And you know, and the choreography, it's you know, and 90 minutes of like a spectacle, and it comes from all, and it hits you from all angles, you know. So it has like the choreography, it's got amazing direction, the music's good, the singing's great, you know. You leave having had a good experience. You know, some people leave crying, some people leave feeling joyful. It's you know, you come and you have your own experience when you watch Jesus Christ the Superstar. And
this is coming to us at the Palace Theatre on the 11th of September to the 23rd of September. A nice, good run for the Palace Theatre. We normally get them so fast, and they're in and they're out. So lots of time for people to come and fully enjoy this show.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can't wait. We can't wait to have to have an audience. You know, it's going to be great to see. I mean, like I say, I've never seen it, and I've never been in an audience and watched it. So it's going to be nice to hear how audiences respond.
Mentioned in response very, very quickly. A lot of people like to join in with musicals. Would you suggest this is one to join in with, or one to sit and watch?
I don't know. I don't know about that. I think there's times when you can sing along towards the end, maybe, you know. But it's yeah. I'll leave that to the ushers.
Ian McIntosh, thank you so much for your time today.
Well, that was fabulous, wasn't
Very
it?
nice, wasn't
It's
it?
amazing how I get around.
It's amazing that people want you to put it around.
I know. I'm like the second coming. I really am.
Yes, but cheaper.
Yeah. Now, Hayley.
Do you know what? I really miss being in the studio.
It's just chaos, isn't it?
It's just
Yes.
crazy.
Is this a studio?
It's a
It's some
bar.
sort of studio
It's a bar.
bar.
A bar around the
you
back of
know.
Piccadilly.
I've missed the fact that nobody sticks to a script. It's great, yeah.
A what?
What?
Listen, people that do that, they could be artists, couldn't they? Could be creative. Now, you've just been over, just before we started today, looking at Jordan Roberts and his creation and his exhibition that he's got going on.
I have.
It is fantastic. Let's have a look at it.
So you join us at Islington Mill in Salford, and we are with Jordan Roberts getting a bit of a sneaky preview of a marvellous exhibition.
I'm really excited, actually. She's got all sorts in this exhibition.
Yes, it's been a huge project. It's here, it's happening, and yeah, it's excited.
Brilliant.
Fab. So yeah, over here we've got kind of the start of our portraiture section. There's a combination of photography and fine art paintings by Johnny Humes. We've also got Mark Leeman, who's responsible for the bearded brutes, which you may have seen around Manchester over the years. They've appeared in many shop windows and different venues. Incredible photographer and beautiful work.
It's fantastic. I mean, I absolutely love this picture. We both agree on that, don't we, Mark?
We do. I think the folds in the fabric and the colour is stunning, isn't it? You haven't just curated this, you've actually taken these, haven't you?
I have, yeah. So these 3 images here are some of my recent work. So I've recently, I've been practicing as a photographer for over 10 years now. I did work experience in a local photography studio back in Littleborough by Hollingworth Lake growing up, and I've been doing it ever since. But yeah, these are 3 of the recent portraits that I've been taking.
Now behind you here, we've got a lovely piece of work, haven't we?
Yeah, so these
Tell us
2
about
pieces
them.
here are by 2 of Islington Mill's residents. So we've got Mr. Couture here, who is, a rather prestigious corset maker. They make corsets for performance artists worldwide, predominantly queer performance artists, so the Family Gorgeous. Here we've got Kenji, who is an Italian activist. They're a voguer. They do a lot of work in street performance, and whilst they're doing street performance...
Are they based here as well, in Manchester?
They're based in Italy.
Okay.
So Misty is Italian, she's from Italy. This is one of her close friends back home, and this piece resonated with her the most. So here we have the installation, which is, I mean, if you can't tell already, it's the Family Gorgeous. So in the centre here we've got the gown worn by Cheddar Gorgeous on RuPaul's Drag Race, symbolic of the Pansy Project, which is a local community project who plant pansies in the nearest patch of soil to homophobic hate crimes.
Can we just go over to these portraits here, because they really stand out to both Mark and myself, and talk to us about, did you say it was Francesca who's the artist?
Yes, so these are by an artist called Francesca Alamo. Francesca was introduced to me through Beth Garrigan, who's been working with me to develop this exhibition. Beth also runs Sapphic Manchester, which is a similar kind of exhibition. We're really grateful. One of the things that I was aiming for with this project was it was for people who are practicing in Manchester. I didn't want it to just be based in Manchester. I wanted it to represent artists who, are just working in the city. And these 2 pieces in particular were painted in 3 days, for this exhibition.
Wow. I wish.
Yeah, incredibly talented artists.
So you've got lots of different work by lots of different people, haven't you?
Indeed.
Tell us about these.
So these are some of the wearable art pieces that we've got in the exhibition. So both Ashika Crisafulli and Brett Dearden, who've provided these pieces, have given their consent for visitors to come and actually try these pieces on, get a picture and whatnot. So these are from Ashika's project Unmasked, which is quite a recent project.
I've seen that.
That created a big fuss at the time, that one. Was it about 2016-17-ish when that was used, I think? But I remember basically all the homophobic people came out of the woodwork,
Well, it was
didn't they?
used, I think, did Andy Burnham wear that? In a press shot with the then head of Greater Manchester Police, and that's the picture they always use when they're criticising the police. So tell us about the exhibition then. So you're opening until...
So we're open until Monday at the moment. We've got Monday the 28th confirmed, so we'll be open from 12 till 8 p.m. on Friday. We're doing 3 p.m. till 8 p.m. on Saturday. We want people to be able to come over after the parade. We don't want to have any crossover with that. We also want to attend that and join in. Same on Sunday, it'll be 12 till 8, and then Monday 12 till 8 as well. Hopefully there'll be a bit more going on as well. There has been some talks of workshops. There's a bit of everything. You know, we've got another room downstairs which, you know, I've got a selection of films which have been produced by local creatives. That's from music videos to Monopoly Phonics music videos to the HIV plus me films, which Nathaniel Hall and Dibby Theatre made a few years back. I was the photographer on that project, so I've got a good personal connection with that one.
And how do people just turn up for this, or do they have to get a ticket?
So for the exhibition itself, just check out our Instagram. We've got the open times. This is just drop in. You know, we are taking donations.
Excellent.
Fantastic. We've really enjoyed it, haven't we?
We have. It's been brilliant.
So, come along.
Well, that was fascinating.
Wasn't it just?
I do like a
enjoyed
bit of
it.
arty-partiness. I really, really do. Unfortunately, that's it for this week's episode.
Is it?
But not to fear, everybody. We're back next Wednesday, and we're coming from Manchester Pride. We're going to give you the behind the the behind the scenes stuff and all that stuff that goes with it, everybody. Don't forget, you can listen to us also now on our podcast, because that is back. Wherever you listen to your podcast, we are to be found under Your Manchester. And thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and enjoy. And thanks for watching this week's episode of Your Manchester.